Can you imagine being able to buy an electric car at the price of a regular one? For years, this idea seemed like a distant dream. So far, the BYD Dolphin Mini, also known as the Seagull. In other markets, it's revolutionizing the concept of accessible electric mobility. Not an electric car, just another electric car. We are looking at a vehicle that could change the rules of the game forever, but not everything is good or bad. That's why today we'll talk about everything you need to know about this car. For years, electric cars have been synonymous with luxury and high prices, relegating sustainable mobility to a small segment of the population. But this is where the Dolphin Mini comes in, a vehicle that is challenging all established paradigms. With a starting price of $20,500, this car is not only the most affordable electric car on the market, but it also comes with features you'd find in vehicles twice its price. And speaking of surprises, did you know that behind its striking design is the mind of Wolfgang Egger, the same designer who has created some of the most iconic Lamborghinis? This is no coincidence. BYD has bet on offering a car that is not only affordable but also looks and feels special. Its sporty lines, distinctive front, and aerodynamic profile are dynamic. They make many people confuse it with a high-end European car. And that's exactly the point. When you hear that an electric car costs just $20,500, it's natural to wonder, what are they sacrificing to achieve that price? The answer will surprise you, because the Dolphin Mini hides, under its attractive body, engineering that's smarter than you might think. Let's get to the numbers that really matter. This little giant comes equipped with an electric motor that delivers 75 horsepower. Just 75, you might be wondering. But here's the trick. Being electric, it delivers its power instantly, which means that in the city, it feels more agile than many gas cars. With 100 horsepower, and with its 99 pound-feet of torque, it has enough push to get you moving confidently in city traffic. But the real magic lies in its efficiency. The Dolphin Mini has two battery options, one with 30 kilowatt hours and another with 38. The top version, with its 38 kilowatt hour battery, promises something that sounds almost impossible, up to 380 kilometers of autonomy. And the most surprising part is that users are backing this up, reporting numbers very close to that figure in real city use. And what about charging? This is where the Dolphin Mini really shines in practicality. It can be charged at both 110 and 220 volts, meaning you can plug it in virtually anywhere. On a home charger, you get a full battery in about 6 hours, perfect for charging while you sleep. And the best part, the cost per kilometer is ridiculously low, compared to a gasoline car. Now, let's be honest about the performance. Around town, the Dolphin Mini is agile, quiet, and surprisingly capable. But yes, it has its limitations. It's capped at 130 kilometers per hour and above 80 kilometers per hour. Stability isn't its strong suit. But you know what? For its purpose as a city car, this will rarely be a problem. There are some interesting technical details worth mentioning. It has a single front windshield wiper and none at the rear, a design decision that prioritizes aerodynamic efficiency. It also includes the ability to function as a mobile power source, being able to power external devices through its V2L, vehicle-to-load, system. When you open the door, the first thing that greets you is a design that looks like it came from a car that costs double. The cabin has a modern, organic feel to it, with a combination of materials that, while it includes hard plastics, let's be honest, it's an economy car. It looks and feels surprisingly good. It feels premium thanks to smart details like the neoprene-like covering on the dashboard and the doors. Here comes another surprise. Despite its compact dimensions, less than 4 meters long, the interior is surprisingly spacious. The front seats, similar to what you'd find in more expensive BYD models, offer excellent support. And the back part, well, here's an interesting detail. It's designed for 4 occupants, not 5. This might sound like a limitation, but the reality is that it allows those 4 passengers to travel with a level of comfort you wouldn't expect in a car of this size. The dashboard is dominated by a central screen that, while not the largest on the market, runs the info system across 3. It runs the D-Link infotainment system smoothly and responsively. It includes connectivity for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Although there's a quirk, they only work in landscape orientation. The screen, by the way, can rotate, a design detail that may initially seem unnecessary, but which turns out to be quite practical in everyday use. The equipment level is where the Dolphin Mini really shines. We're talking about features you wouldn't expect in this segment. Electric parking brake with auto haul, wireless charger for your phone in the top version, air conditioning with physical controls, something many users will appreciate, USB ports, both Type-C and Type-A, and a rearview camera with excellent resolution. But not everything is perfect. The interior lighting is probably the weakest point. The back seats lack their own lighting, and the trunk doesn't have a light either. The audio system, with just 2 main speakers, gets the job done without standing out, and the ISOFIX points, while available, aren't the most accessible on the market. Speaking of practical aspects, the trunk offers just over 200 liters of capacity. It's not huge, but it's well organized, and the back seats can fold down, although as a single piece, to expand the space when needed. One detail to consider, unlike its bigger brother, the regular Dolphin, the Mini doesn't come with a spare tire. What's the biggest problem you have with your Dolphin Mini? When we asked current owners, their response was unexpected. I don't even know what to spend the money I'm saving on gas. And although it sounds like a joke, this answer perfectly sums up the experience of living with this little electric car. Let's forget about the specs for a moment and talk about real life. The routine with the Dolphin Mini is refreshingly simple. You wake up in the morning and your car is fully charged. No more stops at gas stations. No more worries about fluctuating fuel prices. With a real range of between 300 and 350 kilometers in the city, most users are charging the car once every 4 or 5 days. But let's be honest, switching to an electric car requires some adjustments to your habits. The most crucial point is access to a charger. Before you fall in love with the price and features, you need to answer a fundamental question. Do you have a place to charge it? If you live in an apartment or house where you can install a charger, you are on the other side. If not, you'll need to ensure you have reliable access to public charging points. In the urban environment, the Dolphin Mini shines. Its compact size makes it perfect for parking, while its immediate response makes merging into traffic easy. The steering is light, the turning radius is excellent, and the auto hold system makes heavy traffic less stressful. An interesting detail is the energy regeneration. When braking, it has 2 modes, although some users wish there was a more aggressive pedal braking option. After 6 months of use, owners have identified some quirks that are worth mentioning. Gates, for example, can be problematic near high curbs due to their design, which extends very low. The original tires, although specific to electric vehicles, could have better grip in the wet. And yeah, the lack of a rear wiper can be a problem. Can be a hassle on rainy days. This is where the Dolphin Mini really stands out. Maintenance is minimal. There's no oil to change, no spark plugs, no belts. The list of no's is extensive. The operating costs are surprisingly low. A typical owner is spending a fraction of what they would on gas. And the maintenance is way simpler than in a conventional car. There are some nice surprises that you only discover with daily use. For example, the V2L function, vehicle to load, allows you to use the car as a mobile power source for electrical devices. And for customization lovers, the availability of accessories on e-commerce platforms is surprisingly wide. Let's start with the basics. The Dolphin Mini comes in 2 versions. The base version, with a 30 kilowatt-hour battery, starts at $20,500, while the top version with a 38 kilowatt-hour battery is priced at $22,000. But keep in mind, there are some important additional costs to consider. The home charger costs about $1,200. Installation of the charger costs about $500 on average. American to Chinese connector adapter, $100. This brings the actual entry cost to about $23,800 for the top version. Yeah, it's a significant initial investment, but this is where things start to get interesting. The real operating numbers are where the Dolphin Mini starts to shine. Cost per kilometer in electricity is about $2,000. Cost per kilometer in gas for a comparable car is 10 cents. Estimated annual maintenance is 80% less than a conventional car. To put it in perspective, an average driver who travels 15,000 kilometers a year could save up to $1,200 just on fuel. And this doesn't even include the savings on maintenance. The energy efficiency of the Dolphin Mini is exceptional, reaching about 10 kilometers per kilowatt-hour in urban use. This means that a full charge of the 38 kilowatt-hour battery costs about $7, and it lets you travel up to 380 kilometers. The same trip in a comparable gas car would cost around $38. There are some less obvious economic aspects that are worth considering. Government incentives in some regions. Lower expected depreciation because it's new technology. Access to preferred parking in some places. Free charging at shopping centers and public places. Exemption from some vehicle restrictions. Although the used electric car market is still maturing, there are positive signs. Early BYDs in similar markets have maintained surprisingly high resale values, especially considering the speed of technological evolution. Crunching the numbers, the financial break-even point compared to a similar gas car is reached at around 60,000 kilometers. This means that for an average driver, the higher initial cost is recouped in about 4 years, after which the savings are all profit. After analyzing every aspect of the Dolphin Mini, from its design to its financial numbers, we arrive at the question: is this really the car that will revolutionize electric mobility? The answer, as it often is the motorcycle engine. Depends on you. The Dolphin Mini really stands out in terms of value. Exceptional price, outstanding energy efficiency, surprisingly spacious interior, competitive tech features, minimal operating costs, and agile handling. In the city, you have to be honest about its weak points. Limited stability at high speeds, modest trunk capacity, basic interior lighting, an audio system that could be better, only 4 seats, and no rear wiper. The Dolphin Mini is perfect for you. If you live in the city, have access to a charging point at home, and mainly make urban trips, you're looking to significantly reduce your transportation costs. You don't regularly need more than 4 seats. You value technology and efficiency over traditional luxury. You should consider other options, and you frequently travel by road. You don't have access to home charging. You regularly need 5 seats. You need a lot of cargo space. You prioritize sporty performance. You make very long trips every day.